In Final Cut Pro, if you were to add in a title, go up to your blend modes and change the blend mode over to difference, you'll immediately notice that we get this really cool negative effect on the background footage. But as cool as this effect is, if we wanted to add in, say, a drop shadow, we'll go to our title inspector and add in the drop shadow. You'll notice that it doesn't even show up here on the screen. We can expand that out and look and see that all of our settings are dialed in fact, but unless we were to change the color, we wouldn't really be able to see that drop shadow take place. Now, you could try and get roughly the right color to sort of get a drop shadow effect, but it really isn't intuitive, and if this background changes color, you're still going to run into those same problems. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use Apple Motion to create this exact same title, but it's also going to include a drop shadow feature so you can make these titles really pop. To kick this tutorial off, you will need to open up Apple Motion and from the project browser, select the Final Cut title. From there, we'll go ahead and push open. Firstly, we're going to need to delete the type text here layer, but in this instance, we're going to want to keep the title background, unlike many of my other tutorials. Now, just for the sake of visuals, I'm going to bring in some footage, but this next step is not required. So I'll just go ahead and click and drag this footage directly into Motion, and now we can see it here as the title background. So of course, we're going to need a title. Let's go ahead and select our title tool and click anywhere in the viewer and just type in whatever message we want. From there, we'll go over to the inspector. We can increase the scaling, change the font, change the alignment, and go to our properties and right-click on position and reset that parameter so it's right in the middle. I'm actually going to scale this up a lot further so we can clearly see what we're working with, but it's totally up to you in the end. Now that we have this title in place, I'm actually going to click and drag it out of the group that contains that background, and we'll just go ahead and name this original title. From there, let's go ahead and select our subscribe text. We'll go to our properties, and then we'll go down to blend mode and change it back to difference. So immediately we're getting that same effect again. But like I said, we can't add in a drop shadow, so let's go ahead and correct for that. To do so, we're going to select the entire group that contains the text, not the text itself, and we're going to push K, which will give us a clone layer. This clone layer is going to be identical to the original title layer, which is going to be extremely important for this effect to work properly. However, because we've cloned the group, that means that if we move this original title layer, I have that selected right now, I can click and drag it, and that clone layer is going to move with it. But another important factor is I can select this clone layer and move it separately from its original layer. Now that we have that clone layer, let's rename the group that contains the clone layer to Shadow. And then I'm going to push Command and left bracket, or you could just click and drag it down to be underneath the original title. It should turn black like this because the difference blend mode is showing this as completely black. That means that when an image is black, it has the exact same color values. Now that we have those correctly set up, select your shadow layer, go to filters, then we'll go down to stylize, and we're going to select fill. From there, we're going to change the color of this fill over to black. And now your title should be completely white because the difference blend mode shows white as the complete opposite value. After that, we'll go back up to our filters, we'll go to blur, and we're going to select Gaussian blur. From there, we can just drag this up as much as we like. So things will look pretty interesting here, but obviously it's not the effect we're after. The problem is that our original layer is using its difference blend mode down to the clone layer, which is underneath. So it's not really giving us a drop shadow effect because the clone layer is still being seen directly inside of the original layer. So we need to create a mask which cuts out wherever the original title is. So to do that, let's right-click on the shadow group, then go down to Add Image Mask, which can also be achieved with Command-Shift-M. Then we're going to drag in the original title layer. Now everything is completely invisible. This is for a couple reasons. One, our subscribe text is up here and it's been unchecked by default by Motion. So now we can still see all that blur taking place inside of our mask, but we won't see any of the shadow outside. So we just need to invert the mask and we'll be set. So to do that, we'll make sure our image mask is selected and change the invert mask option to be checked. So now our title looks exactly as it did at the beginning, but if you look really closely, you can see that Gaussian blur taking place, giving us a nice drop shadow. So all we need to do now is select our shadow layer and just drag it to offset it and give us this really nice look. Now, to have easier control over in Final Cut Pro, I'm going to recommend that you publish the parameter of your shadow and its position. So we'll select that, we'll go over to our properties and find the position parameter. We can right click and then select publish. Some other settings you might want to publish is stuff like the fill color, so that you can change it to be whatever color you like. You can also publish this Gaussian blur amount. So I'm going to publish the amount. And lastly, you'll probably want to select the shadow group and publish the opacity. So we'll just right click on that opacity and select publish. So now that we have that all set up, we can push Command S to save it, and we can call this whatever we want. And then we'll throw it into the category of my Patreon, and we'll throw it into my title theme. From there, I'll push publish. So now that we've done that, we can head on over to Final Cut Pro. We'll go on up to our titles and generators. We'll locate the correct category. Then we can scroll down to my titles, and we'll locate my inside out title and drop that on the timeline. So now you can see that this works no matter where we drag it to. We can also go and type in whatever word we want, and all of our scaling and everything is going to take place with that nice drop shadow. Additionally, we can go over to our titles and change the color if we wanted to. So this gives you a ton of flexibility, but it still gives you that really cool inverted look, which I absolutely love. If this video was helpful to you in any way, maybe consider subscribing, as I'm really trying hard to hit 100,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and obviously that's only possible with your help. Don't forget to check this out over on my Patreon. There are links down below. And with that being said, I cannot wait to see you in the next one.